Hey everybody, this is Mazzy616 here with another video for you today. And today we are going over sorceries and instants. It is Magic Monday. It is good to be back. I am sorry that I've been out. Wasn't feeling well last week. But now I am back and we are ready forever. So while we're in it right now, if I could get you to like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video or any other video that you happen to see on the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Every little bit counts. I hope that this mic is working out well. Let me know what you guys think with me with the mic. Let me know what you guys think otherwise. And now that we got done with that, we're going to go into two things first. So before we delve into sorceries and instances, these are two spells that you can cast at varying times. So we're going to have to go over the phases of gameplay right now. First phase is your untap step. That's where you untap all of your creatures and you untap all of your lands. This is a very important step, as if you skip the untap step, you do not get to do it again, and it locks you out of many things you can do during your turn. So, first step, always untap. Second step then is you draw your card. You gotta get your new spell for the turn. You gotta figure out what you can do, what you can't do. After your draw step is the first step where you can generally do a lot of things, and that's your first main phase. So during your main phase, you can cast creature spells, you can cast artifacts, you lay down your land for the turn, you can cast the instants, and you can cast sorcery spells. That's your kind of, let's get everything ready to ramp up to combat step. The next step then is combat, and combat is where you declare your attackers, your opponent declares what blockers they want to use, and then you guys resolve as needed. After your combat step, you then have another step, which is another main phase. This is where if you decided not to cast the creature card your first turn, since it would come in with Summoning Sickness and attack with it anyways, you'll just wait till the second turn. That way, if your opponent tries to do something, you have a counter available. That counter is there for you to do damage if it's game. Or if they end up doing a board wipe during your combat step, you can still lay down a creature card. After your second main phase, you then come to the end phase, which is where all of your mana leaves its mana pool that you've tapped throughout the turn, and the turn passes on to your opponent. The second main thing that we need to go over is what's known as the stack. Now, the stack is how spells get resolved. So this is a kind of convoluted way to come up with it, a kind of difficult to describe but easier to show. The stack starts with spells at the speed, quote unquote, of say sorceries. They're the slowest ones in the game, along with creature cards. Unless otherwise stated, they can only be cast during your main phase when nothing else is quote unquote on the stack. Instants can be cast in response to sorceries, in response to creature cards, artifacts. Instants can even be cast during your opponent's turn. This is helpful for when you need to do things such as we can take Feign Death, for instance. We'll go and pull this up. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. If you're going up against an opponent, they declare their blockers. Their blockers are going to take out your creature. You can cast this card. The creature dies. Return it to the battlefield under your control tapped with a +1/+1 counter on it. It's a good way to turn a bad thing into a good thing. Or target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. It is your opponent's turn. They are declaring an attack on your creature, and you're going, oh, I have a weaker token. I have a 1/1 token on my side versus the 2/3 card that they have on their side or something. You can cast True Polymorph, and it will instantly flip it to that token versus what their creature is, which then causes it to be destroyed. So useful little spells and useful little things for when you may need to use them. Instants tend to interrupt gameplay a lot more. Sorcery is how you would like the game to go. Instance is how you would like to change it into how you would have the situation go. So think of it, sorcery is how you drive, instant is how you react to other drivers, or instants interrupt sorceries, creatures, artifacts, and other things. They interrupt how gameplay would go. I wish I could cast Meteor Swarm, which is this lovely card right here. Meteor Swarm deals 8 damage divided as you choose among X target creatures and or planeswalkers. So for 4, you have a spell that hits 8. Not bad. So I want to cast Meteor Swarm. So you go through, you tap all the mana, that's how it should go. What you're going to do instead is you cast Counterspell, and in casting Counterspell, it interrupts Meteor Swarm. So instants interrupt sorceries. So, as we sit here to conclude, use sorceries when your opponent is tapped out. As in, if you want to use Meteor Swarm, make sure, especially if you're playing against a blue deck, blue is known as the counter control deck, make sure they are tapped out. They have no more lands to tap, there's no mana in the mana pool. That way you can cast Meteor Swarm and you don't necessarily have to worry about it being countered. Use instances whenever you need to turn the tide towards your favor or to take favor away from your opponent. For instance, Feign Death, whenever you want to turn it towards your favor. Counterspell, whenever you want to take favor away from your opponent. So I hope you guys learned a lot from that. I know this is a brief overview of instant sorceries, the stacks, and the phases of gameplay. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please, once again, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. You want me to throw Magic Monday out the window and you guys just watch me open stuff 3 times a week? I'm alright with that as well. Until next time, have a good one.